She only likes me when she's drunk. She only likes me when she's faded. She only likes me when she's on her back with a bottle of Jack, and she knows I can never get enough. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the official Kandy Podcast. My name is Ron Kuchler. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of Kandy Magazine. I'm joined this week by my lovely co-host, Laurie Young, who we also affectionately call Giggles. Welcome back, Laurie. You've been gone a while.
Hello, friends and family out there.
It's been 3 months.
Kandy world.
It's been 3 months.
3 months? That doesn't even make sense. But have I ever told you about my space-time continuum theory?
No.
Okay, it's not really a theory. I think that my brain doesn't gauge time correctly. Years, months, minutes, seconds. It's really, I'm not joking in any way. How I'm late constantly? I can't if you were to say, hey, call me in 15 minutes and you didn't give me a clock, I would never be able to figure that out. Ever.
Okay. Well, I have to take umbrage or whatever the proper word there is with you saying that you're always late, because as far as I'm concerned, you're always on time. The only time you were late was 5 years ago to that 50th issue party. Other than that, you're on time. Now, if you want to talk about somebody who's always late, Niki Ghazian, that's somebody who's always late.
But I'm talking about at the Kandy events at the races. Wasn't I always late?
No, you were just rushed, but you were on time.
Running late.
Well, no, because I made sure you got there. So
okay.
That's all.
But I consider that late because I'm not ready. I'm putting mascara on or lashes on in the car.
Well, you're not.
Don't even have half my outfit on.
Well, you definitely don't follow the Boy Scout model, which is be prepared.
That is for sure.
I don't know what the Girl Scout motto was, but you're definitely not the Boy Scout motto, be prepared. So, but
God, what was the Girl Scout motto? I should know.
Were you a Girl Scout? Were you a brownie?
Yeah. I wasn't a brownie. I was a Girl Scout, and I was a late Girl Scout. I started Girl Scouts in 5th, 6th grade when it was nerdy. It wasn't even cool anymore. It was, I don't even know. I don't even know what I was doing.
I think Boy Scouts, they were Weeblos. I think is what they were before.
Weeblos.
I was a Weeblo.
That's cute.
And that was it. That was it. And then you did your merit badges, and I told my parents, that's it. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. We had a jamboree. You know where a jamboree was? The jamboree was in Flushing, Queens, which is where the Mets play. And there was a park there. It was the home of the 1964 World Square, and we had a weekend camping jamboree in the middle of New York City when I was a kid.
I think that sounds fun.
Okay.
No.
No,
too hot?
You're in the city. You're not out in the country. You should be out in the country. Camping on a big old grass lawn. Come on.
Oh my God, I think that's so fun. Yeah. What? You were already a bah humbug, even as a child?
I'm not a bah humbug. Give me a break.
God.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Oh, I am just a glass half full, glass half empty guy.
You're just a realist.
Yes, that's what you want to call it. I just look at things. But I'm very, very glass half full when it comes to Kandy. You know that, and the people we work with. So I'm always positive about everybody who's ever been with the magazine. Anyway, I want to talk about you. I want to catch up with you because it's been a while. We did one last week. You weren't on it. We brought my friend Pasquale in, who used to be a Vegas VIP host, and people seemed to like it because we were talking about crypto and NFTs. And Steve filled in for you last week, and it was nice. We learned quite a bit about NFTs, which I thought I knew a lot, but I learned a lot more from Pasquale about it. So
I'm definitely gonna have to listen to that.
Yeah, and it's only 20 minutes. It's 20. And it's only 20 minutes. It's a really
Where
short
was
one,
I?
I just know with your schedule, you're so busy. It's hard. It's hard for us. That's why it's been 3 months, because our schedules don't line up properly.
Yeah,
so
it's hard.
It's very difficult, and more so on your end than mine. I'm very accommodating, but you're much busier than I am. So, which is fine. No big deal. But I'm glad we got a chance tonight to catch up here, and so I just want to catch up with the readers. Obviously, we got some very exciting things to talk about, but I want to first catch up on the other things first. And I understand you did a podcast recently with somebody else.
I did a podcast with Jessica Hall, and oh God, my anxiety. Like, because we're on the phone right now, like a minute ago, like I was almost just going to ask you, like, how are you, like personal questions. And then I remembered, oh, we're on a podcast. We're filming. That's right. But like hers, there was like a camera on me, and it was kind of like a hurry up and wait kind of thing. So like I had been there since morning, and it was just like, girls before me had taken a little bit longer, and so then they had champagne, and then like I had bad anxiety. So it's just like, I feel like I don't even have any idea what I talked about. I was just like, I didn't even know what the show was about. I'm such an idiot. I didn't even go like research like what the show was. So the next thing I know, it's like about flashbacks, like talking about like old stuff you've done in Hollywood. And I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm just the kind of person that I just blank out when I have anxiety, and I don't even know what I'm saying. There was literally a moment where I looked at her and I said, I have no idea what I'm talking about. It was like mid-sentence. It was just like, ugh. So I don't know that she was so happy to have me on, but hey.
You're giving me anxiety just describing your anxiety on the show.
Yeah, it was terrible. I'm just like, I need to get it figured out. I like really think that I probably should. I don't want an everyday medication.
You needed Ron in the studio, because Ron keeps you even keeled.
Yeah, and then it would be like, okay, I have a friend here. Like, I love Jessica. Not saying she's not a friend, but I don't know her super well, and like she's in her element. Like she is on. She's so good at what she does, and I was just like a deer in the headlights. Like.
Well, yeah. I mean, you think about it, Jessica's really the best at what she does. I mean, she might not have the big name like a Joe Rogan. I was listening to him before we came on. It was hysterical. But
she's great.
But she's been in radio for, I won't say how long because she'll be mad at me. But Jessica's been on radio a very long time. And so obviously podcast is just an extension of that radio for her. So
totally, it totally is. And then her co-host Deanna. Like she's so cool and so nice, but her too, like she just has like a voice for radio. Like they're great together. They had this really good rapport. And so luckily they were able to kind of like, float the moments where I looked and sounded like an idiot, just kind of like take over for me. So like, I think that they saved me a bit, but I was just, I don't know. I'm not sure they'll have me back.
That's funny. Well, I've watched a couple of these episodes, and it seems like to me like they cut them sometimes. So maybe they'll do some magic in the editing room and save your ass. So maybe. But I also threw celebrities under the bus. Like just yeah, and not like a terrible way, but just in a way that like not that he'd ever hear. He's like a major celebrity. It's like, doesn't matter. But I just feel bad. Like, God, I didn't need to like, talk about him. Right. Just because I couldn't think of a single story of Hollywood because it was just like like I lived a life before my kids. Like, I don't, what do you mean? I mean, how could you not think about it? I mean, you could talk about that, your Sunday fun days that they have at the mansion with Half playing. That's what I started. That's basically where it went. And then, I talked about like Chris Evans and the way that, all that stuff. So, wow. Yeah. Anyway, it's not that bad. It probably isn't as bad. You know me, I'm super hard on myself and I stay up till 3 a.m, like beating myself up over. You're very dramatic. You're very dramatic. Sure am. You're very, very, very dramatic. So over magnify things, Yeah. So, no question. I'm not sure if you're the yin to my yang or the yang to my yin. I don't know, but we balance each other out on this little podcast that we do here. So I agree. Anyway, so we did something together, did we not? We did many somethings together. Which are we discussing? Well, what do you want to discuss first? Are we talking about the cover? No, let's talk about the cover.
We did a thing. I did talk about that. I did talk about the cover on the podcast.
That's good. Let's tell our listeners about the cover. Let's talk about this photo shoot. So
it was
they don't all read the magazine. We covered it all in the magazine, but let's a lot of these people don't get an iPhone or an iPad, so they don't actually read it. So let's talk about it. What was it about?
So you and your grandiose mind decided that you wanted to pay homage to the whole Stacy's mom has got it going on video, a la Rachel Hunter, which I at first was like, ugh, God, I have to like be the mom. That's just all I am. But then like later, it's like, that is all I am. So like, it's actually perfect. And once I like kind of was more open to the idea, like I loved it. And the pictures turned out insane. I think that they look photoshopped. Like if I didn't know and I wasn't there getting sprayed with a 42-degree hose, I would say like that's some super cool CGI or Photoshop or whatever, but cool effects. But no,
there was minimal work done on that photo, that's on the cover, as you know, because I think it took us, how many photos did we shoot that day? Did I tell you?
1,000.
1,800?
30,000.
We shot 1,800 photos that day to pick one for the cover. And obviously, I think the last set we did was for the cover, which is, and I remember it was like 45 minutes. It took us 45 minutes to do that shoot, to get that one shot.
Yeah. I mean, I think the lighting and the like angles in the background and that one strobe light. I mean, there was a lot that went into that.
You don't see it. I don't think you really see it if you watch the video, which is actually in the app. But I don't think we actually have video clips from that. But if you watch the video, you kind of get an idea of what we're doing there. But as we said, there's not very much Photoshop work in creating that cover. The sun was setting or the sun was lower, so we had the darkness that we needed, and we had the backlight to do it, and then we had our assistant there spraying you with the hose, and I don't know, what did I say to you at one point while you were getting soaked by that hose?
Payback.
Yeah, what was it payback for?
All of the Kandy NHRA drag races that we tortured you at. But listen, why do I have to pay for everybody? Like I had to pay for Claudia and Alexa.
Well, I couldn't get Alexa to come do her shoot. Maybe she knew.
Yeah.
I
was the eldest, and being that I was like the Kandy mama, like I probably should have been a better influence. So I probably deserve it.
You should have been more in control of your underlings.
I know.
To say the least. But yes,
you know what? My mother says the same thing about my children. She's like, you should be more control. But I just like to let chaos like happen, like however it goes, like however like life isn't meant to be lived. I just like to watch it happen.
Well, that's funny you bring up chaos. I'll try to circle back to that at the end of the day, at the end of the conversation, but I'm not sure if I'll remember or not. But
okay.
So that was basically what I said to you. I don't recall what prompted my response to you, but I said, this is payback for all the misery you caused to me on the Kandy racing days.
I think it was like, and then something along the lines of like how freezing we were that one race, and how, remember that was the one time that Alexa was like, real sassy.
Well, she's always sassy. So I don't remember all the specifics. So, but I do remember. I do remember you were not okay with this, with doing this, and you were not excited. Even the day of the shoot, you were like, "Oh, I think we got the cover because we're down at the beach and we're shooting this other top that you brought, this gold top, which is in the magazine." And you think, "Oh, I think this is the cover," and I'm just looking at you going, "No."
If you hadn't already had that one in your head, could that have been the shot?
No.
In the words of Alexa. No, I'm just kidding.
It was just funny. I was like, obviously, we went through I think 4 different outfits. The first outfit was that mermaid type turquoise 2-piece bikini that you
got my Louis Fama.
Okay, and we didn't use any of those for the magazine, but you got to keep those photos for your own personal portfolio.
And I love them, and I love that I get to kind of like use whatever ones I want and do whatever I want to them, and like I have a treasure trove of photos. I just don't really want to bombard people all day long with them. I probably should do it like in the carousel where I just put them all in one. But
something like that. Or if you want to just, if you ever have photos you want me to we can always share them with our readers in the app too. So if you ever want to send them over to me, the ones that you like, let me know. We can do that. But they were good. They were good photos, but they didn't. They're very good photos actually. They're really fun. They're really good photos, but they didn't fit with the rest of the photos.
Right.
Far as the personality that you were showing and the sexiness that you were showing in the other photos, these were just more of PG, cute, photos. And because remember when we were going through the photos, you kept saying these are cute, and I go, Laurie, I'm not looking for cute. I don't want cute. we want sexy. We want raw. And what was your comment? You said, well, cute's good, like for grandpas and puppies or something like that.
Is that what I said?
Something like that.
What the fuck? I thought that I said something like cute is good because like girl next door. Like, oh, maybe I did say like, I don't know.
No, he said grandpas and puppies or something along those lines. And I just started cracking up at you. I'm like, we're not looking for cute.
Did you put any cute ones in? Because some men appreciate the cute innocent.
I'm like, here, you can have all the cute.
Yeah, have it.
Have it. Thank you.
Go print it all out. Show your kids.
If you want to see Laurie's cute photos, go to her Instagram. It's at Dub Young, DUBYOUNG. So
yeah, anyway. I'm cute.
Yeah, but what were you going to say before I cut you off?
Oh, my son Jet, he's the 2.5-year-old. He looks at my photos. He doesn't. I don't mean to like sit and show him all my photos, but when he sees a picture of me on Instagram, he'll say like, "That's Laurie." Like, not that's mommy.
Really?
Isn't that funny?
That's
like
funny.
How does he differentiate? Like when I'm all made up and all cute, he's like, "That's Laurie," and then he'll see like one where I'm just normal, like with the family. He's like, "That's mommy." That's Laurie. Like, oh my God.
Maybe Ryan's trained him when you're not around. The two different Lauries. This is mommy. This is mommy. This is Laurie.
This is Laurie. That's my wife, buddy. You leave her alone.
Maybe that could be. I don't know. You'll have to ask Ryan about that when he comes
so funny.
When he's back later,
Yeah, when he brings back from Home Depot, he better not come anytime soon.
Yeah. So anyway, that's but they are. I mean, the first set's very cute, and then we moved into the orange bikini, and I think I told you I wasn't a fan at first. When I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. And then that was my reaction. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. I'm thinking, okay, well, I only need 1 or 2 photos. So
just let her do whatever she wants.
And then Mario came up with that great idea. He's like, well, I can make it seem like we're somewhere other than Southern California. And I said, what do you mean? He's like, oh, I got an idea. And he puts you in with those brown twigs. And all of a sudden, you look like you were in Tahiti.
Yeah, into it. Did you use any of those inside? I have not gone in and looked.
Well, yes. Yes, we used one of the photos from the twigs.
Can't wait to see the twigs.
Yeah, and then the 2 other photos that you and I picked out where you're in the water and water came up on you, splashing on you. Those were hot.
Yeah, that orange was good. Ryan took one of those photos and used it as his like camera because we just got brand. You know how I've been like running around with the iPhone 7 because I'm like, screw the man. Like, I'm going to get my money's worth. I pay for insurance. So I just keep getting a new iPhone 7 all the time. Right. It's just like, okay, finally he made me get a new phone. And so we got the iPhone 13 or whatever. It's amazing, by the way. And so he has this huge screen. And so he put that picture like completely unedited. I personally like, it's not that it's a bad picture unedited, but you know me, I like to edit my pictures a little bit. And he just put it right up there. he loves it so much. That orange top, like in the sand, loves it. It's like his favorite thing. And he's like, I'm sorry, I feel bad I don't have my kids on my front of my phone. I know I should have a family picture, but like I just love this. So I thought that was pretty sweet.
No, they were really good. They were really, really good photos, and I was like, these came out a lot better than I thought. It pops, I think is what I said.
Yeah.
They really do pop, and especially with the blue behind you, so that was good. So we got a couple of those, and then we finally went back to the beach house after shooting down there on the beach all day, and then we shoot this little red string bikini that you picked out. You picked out all the suits. You styled your own shoot, did you not?
I styled my own shoot with down to the jewelry. And I actually have to say, like, I was just thinking about this the second you were talking about it. The jewelry that we had that I wore with the orange one with the blue background, like it popped too. Like it wasn't distracting, but it was like, I don't know. I actually think that I'm a very good stylist. I always have since I started modeling.
Yeah.
And
maybe something you should look. Maybe that's something you should look at. Moving into.
It's not a bad idea. It's just I think hard to get jobs.
Right, I got you. So actually, you know what? We didn't actually jump to the red string bikini. We actually then used your gold top. You brought out the gold top then, right?
Yes. So in looking at some old like 90s, early 2000s like supermodels, beach photos, I found, and there was actually a picture of Gigi Hadid that like also they all were wearing like a lot of metallic and metals, like things that weren't actually bikinis or weren't really actually tops, like things that were like metal, like and I don't know, with like a bikini top on the bottom and a bikini bottom, and it wouldn't match. It wouldn't, like, they weren't trying to be super matchy. It was just kind of, that's why I did the black, because I thought it looked regal and like kind of rich. I don't know. I really love it. I'm very thankful for you for allowing me to style it, because I think that it showed some of my personality and it made me more like comfortable and happy to shoot it.
Well, it was a very four diverse looks, whether it was the mermaid turquoise suit that you started off with, was very PG, or the orange two-piece bikini, which was very enticing, and then to go to an extreme with the gold top. It was like a very wide range of looks and personality in those three shoots down at the beach. And I don't think a stylist could pull that off. Only you could have pulled that off, because your different personalities better than anybody else.
Well, thank you.
But then when we got to the house to do Ron's set, again, you chose the swimsuit and styled it, but still, that was Ron. That's when I started interacting.
Right. Yeah.
I really didn't. I didn't interact. I just let you and Mario and Liz Correa, who was the hair and makeup artist, I just let you guys do your thing. I just sat there and I, broadcast some of the shoot live, and then I recorded some video that hopefully will get edited at some point. And then I also worked as crowd control, to keep the birds away.
I actually feel like in most shoots I've ever done with you, you don't like micromanage. You don't get over involved. You hire who you trust, and then you just let us do what we do. And I think that that's pretty cool, because there's been some like people that have micromanaged the shoot so much so that the photographer's like getting pissed off, and then that correlates to like, now I'm uncomfortable because I see you know what I mean? Like there's tension, and so that's nice that you let everybody kind of have their freedom.
Well, you have to entrust people, and I appreciate that you recognize that. But you have to entrust people to do what you hired them to do. They're doing it because they know how to do it. You don't know how to do it, otherwise you'd be doing it yourself.
Right.
So you let them do. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you get what you want. And so, when it came to, again, all I ever really care about, as is the cover. I want to make sure the cover pops.
You were checking. Like, you were checking photos. It's not like you were like, oh, just do whatever you want. You were definitely like, come in and saying, let me see. Okay, yeah, you're on the right path. Like, go, keep going. But you what you want. But you're just not going to control everybody to get it. You're just going to like make sure like we're on the right path.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not going to direct. I'm not a director on the set, you know, and whatnot. But you're right. I do ask, once a look is done, you know, I said, look, can I see? Just to make sure you got the photo, you know. But I'm not, you know, I very rarely, but I do occasionally interrupt. You know, I'm going, nope, that ain't going to work. Next.
Nope.
Nope. I don't know what you're doing, but nope, that is not.
Nope. Don't waste time on that.
Don't waste any time. Don't even bother. So I do that occasionally, but that's just being courteous, because I know I'm not going to use the photo, so why waste any time on it? Mm-hmm. You know, but I don't do it very often. But I try ahead of the shoot to explain to everybody what we're trying to accomplish the day of the shoot, and you know, for the most part, I think we were pretty successful most of the time. So, but anyway, so we get back to the house, and, you know, this is where, you know, I want to recreate the whole Stacy's mom theme, you know. So, you know, anybody who's familiar with that music video, you know, you've got Rachel Hunter on a diving board in part of the video, and then you've got her coming out of water. And I don't think we shot any photos of you coming out of water, but we do have you, you know, on the diving board, and then we've got you modeling around the pool. And then the very, very last look we do is the famous shot of her, where, you know, there's water flying all around her on, you know, and there's like a black background behind her, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, so we're like, okay, and I think I remember very clearly, it was like, you're like, how's he going to pull this off? We're outside, you know, the sun's out, you know, blue skies, you know, how are you going to recreate that? And I think that, you know, you were just like, I just don't see how you're going to do this. But I didn't have to do it. Mario did it.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. Like you have a concept, you have a vision, and then you hand it over to the guy who's going to make that happen, and then he sees, okay, this is how I can do it. You know?
Yeah.
Or at least he tried a lot of different things.
Yeah,
like, I feel
did.
like with the light and the water movement and like the pressure of the water. And by the way, his daughter is so wonderful.
Yes, she is. No, she's a sweetheart, you know, and a very accomplished rock and roll photographer, and a very accomplished rock and roll photographer on her own.
Oh my God.
So, but you're right. Yeah, we did try different things, and we're playing around with he's playing around with the amount of light and the aperture that can come in, and the flash, and, you know, you've got her. He's playing around. He's giving her direction with the water, as far as how much water, and, you know, and at first she's like, the water's behind you, you know. And I'm like, no, forward. Bring the water forward.
Like, no, soak her.
Soak Laurie. And then we're like, oh, this is good, but we had to move the furniture. There's some furniture in the background, so we moved that, and then we did the shoot. And
I think that's something that, like, a lot of people that have never been on a set or have never, like, been in this world at all, they don't realize, like, how much is moved, how much is, like, manipulated, like, how angles change everything, how lighting changes everything, how, like, you go in with a concept and you have an idea, and, like, you have to kind of be able to, like, just change because you have no idea, like, how, if it's going to turn out. And half of the time it doesn't turn out exactly like you like. Sometimes better, sometimes not, but, like, it's never exactly like you think.
No, exactly, and especially with that cover, because you wouldn't know it was outside. I mean, we were outside in the backyard next to the pool doing that. But if you look at the cover, maybe you could see the trees, in the background. Maybe not. You don't know. That wasn't done in the studio, people. And like Laurie said, there wasn't a lot of CGI. I mean, that's not water that were photoshopped. That was actual water that was flying through the air.
Yeah, it does kind of look like it could be in a studio.
Which is where they probably did that Rachel Hunter scene of her. Mm-hmm. That was probably done in the studio. But we did it outside in broad daylight. So, And we used, what resources we had, which was a hose attached to a house, spraying water up in the air, And
remember
like
those?
said,
Remember those fake rain videos? They were always in studios.
Yeah. We're always in studio. Yeah.
Because it's so much easier to control.
Yeah, exactly. And and that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case with you. And like you said earlier, angles make a difference. I mean, it's like you have a strobe light behind you, and he's shooting you, and if you're not perfectly lined up, you've got the strobe light blowing out half your body, which happened in a lot of the photos. Mm-hmm. Where we had to move you, and when you're looking through the photos, you're like, oh, that's a great shot. Oh, the strobe light's blowing on her side. You're right. People don't understand. They don't really understand everything that goes into creating this one shot. Like I said, 1,800. I don't know if we've ever shot 1,800 photos.
No.
In a day for any model. It didn't seem like 1,800, like you said, but it was 1,800 photos.
He's fast too. Like he click. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he's trying to make sure he gets you because I know models. You're constantly changing your pose. You're constantly moving. You want to make sure he doesn't miss anything. Yeah,
he's great.
So,
I just did this photo shoot for a company, and I will not say who, but they had this very inexperienced photographer, and like the person was saying 1, 2, 3 for every single shot. The only time a photographer should ever say 1, 2, 3 is if you are in the sunlight and your eyes are closed. Like, you do not say 1, 2, 3 on every shot. I don't know. For me, that's super unprofessional. And it was like one of those like 1, 2, and 3, and she like wouldn't even hit it on 3, and it was just bad. And I actually just got the photos today, and me and the girl who did it together were like, that was the worst photo shoot I've ever had in my whole life.
I've worked with photographers in the past where they've said 1, 2, 3, but it was like you said, they were outside. It was sunny and bright, and so we had to go 1, 2, 3, so the eyes would open, right?
Yeah,
so
pop your eyes open. Have your face ready.
We actually had that issue with you on your shoot. It was so bright that you had to close your eyes, and then we had to have you open your eyes. And there was actually one look where you didn't open your eyes, and I was really disappointed in that. So
since the beginning of my modeling career, it's been an issue. I have extremely sensitive eyes to sun, and I always wish somebody would invent like some contact lenses that, have some kind of sun protection so that like you can keep your eyes open. I don't understand why it hasn't happened yet.
I don't know. Can't tell you.
You know what I mean? Like that's something that we should have. Anyway, but it's always been a thing for me. And like, I've actually had a photographer get really upset. Like, I don't count. It makes my hand shake and I can't focus the camera. And so it's like been an issue in my life for sure.
Okay.
In this industry.
Well, we got the Photoshop. We got the not the Photoshop, but we got the photo, and then there really was very little Photoshop work that had to be done.
Thank you.
There really was. So people, it's not like you said, it wasn't CGI created or anything like that. There's one filter that we used just to make the background a little bit darker, but it wasn't a big filter, and then it was just a matter of manipulating, as far as zooming in or zooming out to fit you on the cover. And then I think, what was the tagline? I'm all grown up or something like that.
I'm all grown up now.
And people took umbrage with that, which I thought was kind of funny. But they just don't know the history of the interview. First of all, because you actually said that in the interview, and then actually in the music video, there's a line that says that. Is there not?
Yes, and I found it because I'm so good.
I did not even know that. I was just taking a line from your interview to use it for the cover, and then you found this music video, which was actually Stacy's mom, the video, and then there was actually a line in that. So
I have to be honest with you, I didn't know either. But when I went to post the song, like you know how like Instagram lets you post a song now, and then it has the lyrics, so you can kind of pick like what lyrics fit best. And so as I'm looking through lyrics, it said like I'm all grown up, and I was like, oh my God, like this is so funny. It's perfect. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm hoping, like obviously I knew you would, but I hope Ron like picks this up. So that was fun.
Of course. I'm very observant.
Yes. And I like to like throw little mystery clues out like that. It's fun.
No, it was great. It was great. But there were some people, and I think they're just younger people who just didn't get it,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They were a little upset with the whole I'm all grown up. I don't know why. Yeah. A couple of people made comments. I'm all grown up, and come on. It's like they didn't get it. They were just offended. They were just like how we were like, maybe they thought you were 18, which is a compliment, I guess.
Oh my God. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's the only possible thing I could think of is that they thought you were 18 because.
I'm just 18. Like those old phone sex lines. Do you remember that?
Back in the day.
Yeah, I'm just 18.
Right. So, but we were happy with how it came out. It's doing well. It was a double month. It was a double month. It's our 10-year anniversary issue. So obviously you were an obvious choice for that. It was a nice way to celebrate 10 years. And we did celebrate 10 years, did we not? We
did. That was fun. It was a very fun night.
We had our 10-year anniversary party in Orange County, California. Anaheim, right next to Disney, at a club called Heat Ultra Lounge, and they were an amazing host to us. They
were. Their bottle service girls are second to none. They could all be in your magazine.
Well, one of them was Alex.
See, I knew it.
Yeah, Alex was in the magazine, but you're right. There was a couple of those other girls that certainly are probably models. They just haven't been in the magazine yet.
I was in the bathroom while they were getting ready, and I was like, you girls are hotter than me. I think you should go out and take my job.
But it was a fun event. Getty came down, shot some photos, Getty Images, which was nice. It's been a while since they've covered one of our events. And so those went up on Getty, and we had a nice turnout. We had you, and then we had Jessica Hall came all the way down from north of LA, and then Jennifer Irene came over.
Love her.
And we had Amanda Paris come down as well.
She's so nice, by the way.
She is, isn't she? Nice?
She's so nice. She's so kind. You know how some of these girls are not nice, not real, just in it for whatever they're in it for. She was look you in the eye, conversation, a real normal person. She then later tagged me and stuff. She messaged me on Instagram. She followed me. Not that I was oh my God, you followed me, but she's just a real nice person. She was so nice. I was very, very surprised and very excited by that. Because I'm kind of a fan. I've watched her funny little skits and stuff,
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, she's got quite the going on YouTube there.
And she's funny.
She was in a magazine long time ago, and she was in just the candy stand feature, when she was first starting out.
Okay.
And then Mike shot her for was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year. Last year for the 9-year anniversary cover. I think she was on a cover for that. For the 9-year anniversary cover for us. So, But yeah, she's very sweet. And then Tiffany Toth showed up, her first public outing since having a kid.
Love Tiffany.
She was
a riot.
She was great. She was so nice and friendly, and her husband's so nice. And she brought her friend Mattes, who was a fitness model.
Oh, Matus,
yeah, they were just great. They were just great people, and Tiffany was just she was so much fun. And then Nina Carl came down.
You were too cool to hang out with me, though, I have to say.
Well, you were at the wrong table, so
I didn't know I was at the wrong table until later.
Nina Carla came down. From LA. She's been with us since our swimsuit issue. She's
so nice too.
Yeah, she actually, we did at one time. I think we did an open casting one time for that swimsuit issue in LA, and that's how we found Nina. She came to it. I think there was 3 models out of that open casting that we chose, and Nina was one of them. And she's been in the magazine a lot since then, and she's been to quite a few of our events. So she's been a long time supporter of Kandy. And then Niki Ghazian was there. Amazing.
Oh yeah, she was great. Love her.
No, Niki's great. She found a way to come down from Santa Monica. And she had a kid a year ago as well. A lot of Kandy moms. Kandy moms.
Oh my God, that's the cutest term I ever heard.
Lots of them. Well, we did a Kandy Moms issue a couple of years ago, so.
Was I in it?
Yeah, of course you were. So Niki came down. So Niki was entertaining. She brought a couple of her girlfriends, so it was funny. One of them comes up to me and she's like, Niki wants to leave. I don't want to leave.
Oh my God.
But I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. So there was actually a couple of Marines there that were
I didn't want to leave either, to be honest with you.
Well, a lot of people didn't want to leave. I could tell you that, but they were left. Like Jessica didn't want to leave at 11:30, but her car was there. They took a car limo service up and back.
Same. Our party bus was there. Like we had to go.
Yeah, you had to go, and so it was so a lot of people had to leave before they wanted to leave, and that was really a different type of event for us because normally, we're not into, we'll do events in clubs, but we won't be like right on the dance floor type of deal like that was. So, but it was a fun time, and then we had a couple new Kandy girls that were there. I'm not sure I don't think you had a chance to meet them, did you? Because you were at the wrong table.
I was at the wrong table.
Yeah, there was Bree Stern. She came down from
so pretty. She was really nice, but I didn't really get to like fully meet her.
You didn't get to meet her, and then there was Marissa Victoria.
Nope, didn't meet her.
You didn't get to meet her. She's a fellow New Yorker. She came out here a few years ago from New York City. She's super nice, and then there was Rachel Fuell. Drove all the way in from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Wow.
She came all the way in. So I think she came the furthest, other than the Marine who came from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I love that we had a Marine.
Yeah, he served, but he served in Afghanistan and he served in Kuwait.
Oh, so, yeah. You know what I did? I met him.
Yeah, because I think he was hanging out at your table. So yeah. So I think that's you did.
He was taking shots with Ryan.
Oh, was he really? Okay.
Yeah.
He was nice. So he's Steve's cousin. So he was there, and then Suvi Laiho from Finland was there as well. She made her debut in the magazine this year.
I didn't meet her.
Yeah. So, and if I forgot anybody, Bree brought her friend Maddie. Maddie Moore was there, who hasn't been in the magazine yet, but she will be. So she was a guest of Bree's, and Lizzy Westerlund was there. Lizzy was a Kandy Crush of the Month a few years ago. So she showed up with a girlfriend of hers as well. So, and my artist friend
Kelly came too.
I don't think I got to meet her, did I?
You didn't? I don't know. Honestly, like I met
one friend your little friend that comes with you all the time. I never remember
my little friend.
I don't remember. I only see
my best friend Tasha.
She's like, okay. Yeah. Okay.
She's the best. She's the best She's the best little human.
I never remember her name, but she's always with you at these events, and I'm just like,
I know. She always comes. That's my ride or die. She comes to everything. There was an event that like she came to, and another friend came to that like they didn't want to get all dressed up and come in, and it was I think it was like a name, like you had to have your name on a list. They went all the way to LA with me, and then went and just like walked the streets of LA and hung out and waited for me to be done with it. And I was in like a ball gown, and they were in regular clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's just such a good friend.
Yeah, I remember she was there. She's like, "Hi, I'm weird." I was like, "I know, I don't know your name, but yes, we've met."
She's the one that came with me super late to that one party in December.
The 50th issue party, yes. Right? Yeah. It's like, no, I know. I've met her several times. I just don't remember her name. But she's little, so I call her your little friend.
Yeah, she is. I actually have called her my little friend, like those exact words, many times.
Have you really?
Oh yeah!
Wow, how funny! Well, I don't think I picked that up from you. I just my impression. That's just my impression of her. So. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that was great. So, and then then obviously Steve came all the way in from Chicago. Steve Scala, our partner in Kandy.
Love Steve.
And then Dave and Ann, and Dave.
Love
showed
Dave
up, and Dave's our partner, and then Billy's band, Bill and Shay's band, Sons on Fire. They actually played an acoustic set, but nobody was around when they were playing, so a lot of people didn't get to hear. I think you went up there at one point.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably better for me personally that nobody was around, because like who the hell let me do that and why?
Yeah. So, they're banging on the bongos or whatever the heck that it was. I don't know. But
I don't know either.
But they let off with their hit, which was Faded, which is what leads us in and out of each one of our podcasts, by the way. And it was like a top 30 hit on Billboard rock charts, and they let off. They did an acoustic set, so they're a rock and roll band, but they did an acoustic set, and I
played the drums, so.
And you played the bongos, whatever that was. So, but anyway, that was nice.
Drum.
They did 3 or 4 songs, and then the club opened up to the public, and then the night went on. But like you said, a lot of people had to leave before they wanted to leave. So I myself, I left right when you guys left. So
did you?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. I didn't stay around either. So. But it was fun.
We got what we needed to get done. It's just always fun to stay late and
It is fun, but you're right. It's just like if your entourage is leaving, then why are you going to stay?
Right. But
right?
you know, and Bill knows that it's fun to go to places like the Red Door after you go to a dance club.
Well, I don't know what the Red Door is.
What do you mean?
And so
are you playing okay?
I'm not an LA guy.
It wasn't LA. It was me and you and Bill, and it was in New Jersey.
No, I wasn't with you guys.
Yes,
obviously.
you were.
No, I wasn't. That must have been season 2. So that must have been season 2 of the racing, which I wasn't on.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a fight about this later when this podcast is over.
Don't have any idea. I know we were in New York City. We went to a couple places, but we didn't go to a dance club. We just went out to dinner, and then we went to a club, not to a bar. But I don't know what the Red Door is.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Nope. Anyway.
Atlanta. Was it Atlanta?
No.
Charlotte?
Atlanta. No. So
Claudia was there. It was me, you, Claudia, and Bill. It was early days. It was fun. Come on.
Probably have to definitely, pump up the brain cells to remember it. I don't know if I really want to remember it on this podcast. So
okay. I'll text you.
But that was that, and that was it. So that we wrapped up. We wrapped up the 10 years. We didn't have. I wanted to have the cover done, but we just didn't have it done in time to show it off to people. But still, it was a good event, and it was a great shoot. And then from that, because you got to hang out with Jessica, you got invited on her podcast. It's called Flashbacks, and it'll be interesting to hear whenever that does air. How that went.
Yeah, I hope they edited me correctly.
I hope so as well. But before I wrap up, one thing you brought up earlier, the chaos. And it was so funny that you would bring up that word chaos, because I'm a big hockey guy, right?
Yes.
I love hockey. My favorite club.
You just found your Rangers hat.
I just found my Rangers hat, exactly. Well, there's chaos. There's chaos going on with the Rangers right now. Okay. Seems like every time I talk to you about the Rangers, there seems to be chaos. I think the last time I brought up the Rangers, they fired the president.
So much drama.
Yeah, they fired the president and the general manager. And so they hired they fired him. They immediately hired this new guy. He was his name's Chris Drury, so he's the new general manager. But anyway, they have this young player who's really, really, really good, but Drury doesn't like him. So Drury didn't let him make the club this year, so he tried to send him to the minors. Well, the kid's Russian, and he's like, well, screw you. I'm not reporting. I'm going home. So he went back to Russia, right? And so he's suspended, right? So he can't do anything. He can't play in Russia because the Rangers own his rights, and so he's just at home skating, but he can't play on a team or anything like that. But literally, there's chaos going on right now with the Rangers, because this kid is supposed to be a future all-star, and the new president of the club doesn't like him. And so he's punishing him because the kid has a bad attitude. But he's 20 years old, maybe 21. So he's just not acting. He's not dealing with a young kid or a young talent in a very proper way. I deal with talent, a different type of talent all the time, right?
Yep.
But you can't treat talent like that. You gotta be polite and cordial. And
I think at this level, you're done teaching lessons. Maybe if he was a second grade teacher, or maybe if he was a baseball coach of 10-year-olds, but like their lessons are done at this point. You're not going to teach this guy a lesson. He taught you a lesson. He fucking went back to his home country.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
So like,
yeah, exactly. It's like, and he's a kid though. He's still a kid. He's 18, 19, 20 years old, right? He's like, they're immature still, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
can't
it's
even
like,
drink legally. I mean, they can drink in Russia. He probably drinks all the time. But like in this stupid ass country, you can't even drink.
No, exactly. So he's just like, whatever, I'm out of here. And so anyway, so on Twitter, the Ranger fan base is split 50-50, pro kid, pro president, and it's just a war. It's literal chaos. Watching the it's like last year with the presidential elections when it was Biden Trump. Okay, that's what it's like right now on Rangers Twitter.
So funny.
I'm
gonna have to go read up on it.
Yeah, it's you have to follow the hashtag NYR.
Okay.
N is in New York, NY is New York R. You know, so you got to put that hashtag in, hashtag NYR, and then just read up on it. It's hysterical, but anyway, I enjoyed it. So it's keeping me entertained right now. So, but that's it. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. We caught up with Laurie. We talked about the photo shoot. Download Kandy Magazine from your app store, which is the Apple App Store. It's also on Android and the Amazon App Store. You can get it on Amazon on the Kindle. Just search any of these places. Search Kandy Magazine. There'll be a print copy of it next month that'll be available for purchase online on Amazon as well.
That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. And follow Laurie on Instagram at Dub Young. It's D as in David, U, B as in boy, Young, YOUNG. I don't think you have any other Instagram accounts you want people to follow, do you, Laurie? Well, check out.
Just follow me on Instagram. I don't know.
Check out Flashbacks podcast on Apple by Jessica Hall and Deanna. What's her name? Deanna what? Stagliano. And
she was on The Bachelorette.
Okay. Well, check it every week until Laurie shows up on it, guys, and see how she did. I'm curious to see it myself whenever it gets posted. So
it's not
now, and again, don't download Kandy Magazine from your app store. You're gonna love the feature. And her issue this month is available only to subscribers. Only subscribers can get the issue. So if you want to see Laurie, subscribe to Kandy Magazine.
You should definitely do it. It's hot. It's hot stuff.
Yeah, very, very hot stuff. And it's a great interview. Even though we touched on some of it, it's a great interview. We really got to know you very well in the interview. So looking forward to it. All right, we'll try to do another episode in the next week or two, and hopefully we'll try to get a Kandy Girl on here, and we can go back to doing our Kandy Girls trivia, which I enjoy so much. And or maybe I'll let Laurie be the host of Kandy Girls trivia, and they can try to stump me.
Ooh, I love it.
But it has to be Kandy related, so who knows? All right, everybody, have a good week. Take care.
Bye-bye.
She only likes me when she's drunk. She only likes me when she's faded. She only likes me when she's on her back with a bottle of Jack, and she knows I can never get enough. Oh yeah, I only like her when she's drunk. I only like her when she's faded. Oh yeah. She only likes me when she's drunk.